Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to day 11 of the 12 Days of Cast Ons. My name is Kirsty, and 12 Days of Cast Ons is a cast on party and knit along hosted by Ange of Yarn and Yards, who will be linked down below if you want to go check her out. But basically, you start up to 12 things between the 24th of December and the 31st of January the following year. For me this year, I am starting 12 things in 13 days. I started on the 26th of December, and it is currently January 6th, and I am about to cast on my 11th thing, or my second last thing, and I am pretty excited. I have been choosing randomly out of this bowl every day. I put 24 things in at the beginning, and I should have 16 things left. 14 things left. 14 things left I should have in here. So I'm going to choose one of these randomly, and we'll find out what I'm going to start today. Oh, it's a white one. All that tells me is that it's something that I've added this year. I don't know what it is, and I can't think of what I've actually added recently. Okay, Crozone jumper. This is one that I had kind of hoped to get done as a Christmas present this year, and I did not make it. And so I've put this one and another jumper that I was planning to make for my daughter in here, because I was like, I do need to start them. I have the yarn, I haven't started them yet, and so if they come up, that'll be a good excuse to get going on it. So the Crozone jumper, I'm not even sure if that's the name. I'm going to go grab it. I have printed off the pattern because I had planned to start it, and I have the yarn somewhere. I will be back. Well, after yesterday, when I started 5 pairs of socks and had a lot of planning to do, this morning was pretty quick to grab everything. So let me show you what I've grabbed. I have the pattern printed out, like I said. It is Crozone. I'm not entirely sure how you say that, but it is with a C. I had written it with a K. And you can see here, it is just a basic raglan sweater knit with stripes. Now, when I was planning this, and I need to double check that I've still got the right size for my son, but it is a pattern by Lisa Hemery from Frogginet Knitting Patterns, and it goes from 3-month-old to 16-year-old, which I think is great. To have a pattern with that kind of range, you can just kind of knit it for your kids and keep doing it over and over and over again. And the 16-year-old is for a 32-inch chest. Let's see, what does it say for? Oh, here we go. So on the front it says recommended for this size chest. The largest size has a chest size of 36.25 inches. And so that ease is about 4 inches, positive ease. So you can, just choose the size of your kid's chest and make it accordingly. So that will be fine for my son. I will measure his chest and double check what size I need. But I'm pretty sure when I checked it, I needed 3 skeins of a main colour and 2 or 3 skeins of balls of a contrast colour. So I had a look, I checked with him what colours he wanted, and because it's already striped, he wants different colours in the stripes to make it a bit more of a bold thing. And so I don't know if I'm going to do one colour, a group of one colour stripe, then the next colour, then the next colour, or do 2 of one, 2 of one, 2 of one, or if I'm just going to alternate every stripe. I'm not sure yet, but I will show you the colours in a second. I've also grabbed some tried on cord. This is not the Knitting Barber. I think this is the Petite Knit stuff that I will put in here because it's a top down, so I will need to put the sleeves on hold at some point. And I've just got another deodorant in here that I filled with just some basic stitch markers. I haven't got a needle in here yet because I know that I've got a needle downstairs that will work really well for this yarn. So what yarn do I have? I am going to be doing this in Drops Air. So this is a balloon yarn. It is made of baby alpaca and merino wool. It's 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide, and 7% wool. So if I had to guess, I would say that the core is polyamide and then the alpaca and wool is blown into it. It's very soft. It's very squishy. I don't think I've used alpaca air before, drops air before, but I bought yarn to make this one and to make the other sweater for my daughter, which is a unicorn one that I haven't started. And I've recently bought a pattern for myself, which is in this yarn as well. So I'm excited to get going with it and see how it knits up. I have pulled out 5mm needles, yay for bigger needles because I have them. And these ones are addies, which means the end is not quite as pointy. And so I'm hopeful that that will be really good with the blown yarn. Sometimes sharper needles can just kind of split the yarn a little bit, as I found with another project that I'm doing with pointier needles and blown yarn. So I'm excited to try this and see how it works out. Now, this is the main color that my son chose. And here are the contrast colors. So like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to do 111 or if I'm going to do a different iteration of that. I will probably have a look and see how many stripes I need for his size and then figure out something from there. But hopefully, if it is divisible by 3, I may do it that way, like just do the color blocking of each one. If it's not divisible by 3, I'll probably do 1 stripe of each. And that way, when it's uneven and that's fine. But yeah, I am excited to get this started. Today, we are going into town. It is very cold. It is -4 degrees. We had more snow overnight. We're looking ahead. There's some lows of -15 degrees Celsius coming up. Pretty cold. Not going above 0 for quite a while now. And some highs of like -8 coming up. So it's going to get colder. But today, it's 4 degrees at the moment. It's going to go up to about -1. We've had some snow overnight, so everything is beautiful, and we're going into town. It is the 6th of January, which is Epiphany Day or Three Kings Day, and there is a procession in town that we have not actually seen, even though we've lived here for 4 years. So we're not going to join in the procession, but we're going to go in and we're just going to have a coffee at a cafe nearby and watch it go past and get a little bit of the vibe of the thing. We've also got our friend staying still, and she's going home tomorrow, so we want to show her the town, and the Christmas markets is also the last day of them. So we're just going to go get a coffee, watch the procession, walk around town. I will try and take some footage, but it is cold. And every time I took footage yesterday, my fingers got very, very cold. So I'll see how we go walking around town. But I would love to show you some of Jesu Christmas market because it's a very special thing. If you're new here, my name is Kirsty. I said that already. But I'm an Australian and I have been living in Poland for 4 years. And so there's a lot of things here that are still very new to me. So yeah, still learning, sorry, some messages coming through. Still learning, but yes, I will take you along as much as I can today while keeping my fingers intact. But yes, I will. I think I've pulled out a big project bag for this because it is a sweater, but I think I will be able to take the main color in a smaller bag just for today. So I can be knitting that while we're having coffee, because it is, at least at the beginning, 1 color. So I might do that. All right, let's get going and see what today is going to bring. I will check back in with you later. Hello again. It is 6:34 in the evening. I have children almost ready for bed, but I wanted to come check in with you before the evening starts in full. First of all, I wanted to mention what I'm wearing. This is the Boheme sweater by Knits. It is one of the first, in fact, probably the first colour work yoke sweater that I did. My sister made a couple of baby sweaters in this pattern. I bought the kid pattern, made one for my son, and then I made this one for me. So maybe the second, if I did my son's one first. My son's one was fingering weight. This was DK, and it's knit in Bendigo Woolen Mills Classic, I believe, not Luxury. Most of the time I use Luxury, but I really wanted this green, which was in Classic, not Luxury. So it is quite a high split for the sleeves. I don't know if the pattern said that. I probably followed it pretty closely, but maybe my gauge was tighter. And there is like unevenness in the tension of the yoke because my tension with colour work wasn't brilliant when I made it. It was six years ago now probably that I made it. So it's a while. But yes, it's good, and I wore it today because it's nice and warm. We went to the markets, went into town today. You would have seen some footage of the beautiful Christmas markets, the snow. It was pretty crowded, to be honest, but we had fun. It was very, very cold, and yeah, it's just going to get colder. So I've just ordered some yarn. I know. I've just ordered some Plotalope yarn. It's unspun Icelandic wool, and my plan is to hold that double to make mittens for everyone in the family because our fingers were freezing today. Whether we didn't have any mittens or we had gloves, but they weren't mittens, and so our fingers were separated, it was cold. So I've bought a colour for everyone in the family because everyone has different colour preferences. And so I'll make mittens, probably held double out of that. And then if I have enough, I might make matching cowls for everyone or something, just because we need warmth. It'll take a couple of days to come, which means it won't come till after 12 cast ons are finished. But that's okay. I can start it, and I will show you all in the regular episodes about that. Which reminds me, this is the second last 12 cast ons. So if you're not regular here, welcome. The way that I normally do it is I just pop on to YouTube. I do an episode every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, where I just update you on everything that I've been working on. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, rather than starting lots of new things, it is about what I'm working on. But yeah, all of the updates about what I've been doing and starting in the 12 cast ons will just be updated throughout the year in those episodes. And then at the end of the year, I may do another wrap up like I did this time for last year's cast ons. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So in terms of making, I did start the yoke of like the collar of the crozone sweater. I have half around, there you go, you can see I'm in the middle. I've got one more row of the short rows to go. So I need to knit back to the center and then the same on the other side for the last row of short rows. So you can see there is, here, there is a bit of length here, where on the other side, it is still just dripping. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit of progress. I did do something silly. When I looked at the pattern, I was like, 5 millimeters, amazing. And I put them in my bag and I went. And then I got where we were going and I went, I did not get ribbing needles. And I had a look at the pattern and they're meant to be 4 millimeters. And so I was like, I don't know what to do because I didn't bring any other knitting with me. So I decided I'm just going to cast on with 5 millimeters and I'm going to go with it. And if it is too loose ribbing, if I think it needs to be a little bit more stretchy, then if it needs to be a little bit more snug, I'll just do a crochet around the collar to tighten it up a little bit, stop it from being quite so stretchy. But yes, so that is what I've done on that so far. I have also checked, I think for the size I'm doing, I need 12 stripes. And so what I'm thinking is if I do blue, green, pink, green, pink, orange. And so I'll have 4 stripes green, 4 stripes pink, 4 stripes orange. I think that's going to work well. And if I need different amount for the sleeves, I will figure that out as I go. Yeah, I think that's all I popped in to tell you. I can't believe I forgot the 4mm needles. I think it's going to be fine. I did try it on my son, and like it seems like a fairly loose neckline, but not too loose. So we'll see. And it's a very light yarn, like it's not going to pull down and tug. So I think it should be fine. He thinks it's very soft, which is a big, big plus. The reason I did decide to do 4-4-4, aside from the fact that 12 fits really nicely into 3, or 3 fits nicely into 12, is that then I don't have to tie in ends at the end of every stripe. I can carry them between, like I can carry them between the green stripes, carry them between the pink, carry them between the orange. And because the stripes start in the collar, I'm really hopeful that I can get this to a point where I've added at least some green stripes in tonight. That would be so much fun. So I'm going to go. I'm going to make sure the kids are ready for bed and help them get to bed. And then I'm going to go watch TV with my husband and my friend. And I'm just going to put, this is a bag that I've made. It is a circular bottom drawstring bag. It does have a pattern, and I cannot remember what the pattern was or who made it. I made it so long ago. But yes, I am putting the green one in there as well so that I have that for when I need it a bit later on. So yeah, I will check in with you soon. Bye. Hello again. It is the end of the night and I am here to show you what I have done. So I have indeed gotten to the green. Here we go. Let me just get it untangled. This is what I have done. I've done one, I think I'm almost finished the second green stripe. I've got like a quarter of it to go around. And then I will do, the third and fourth green stripes. That is the front. The back has a little bit more to it because of the short rows. So yeah, there we go. Splitting the needles, that's probably not good. Very, very happy with that. Now, this pattern so far is making a lot of sense. I'm enjoying that the stripes start up in the yoke still. I've got, I think, 8 rows to go before I split for the sleeves. So next time I pick this up to work on it, I should probably be able to split for the sleeves and get going on the body. I'm not sure about doing a gauge, not a gauge swatch. I'm not sure about checking gauge to see if my row gauge seems to be matching what the pattern says, to see, just to double check that the 12 stripes is actually what it's going to be. Either way, I think I will probably do the colour blocking. I think that makes sense. I'm able to carry the yarn inside. Let me see if I can show you. So this is where I'm carrying it inside. And then this is the other side of that. So I haven't woven in my yarn at the bottom here, so there is a bit more of a hole. And then I've got raglan increases in there as well. So yeah, happy with how that's working. And there is a note in the pattern for how to do a jogless join or a jogless change of colours, as well as where to join and how to do that. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. The pattern is very clear, but you do have to read everything because there are little notes in here of, this is a good idea, or here's a link to a tutorial. And so if you read everything, it's fine. I'm finding, I think probably there are times where there are like 2 or 3 notes in one paragraph. And so rather than like, here's a dot point, here's a dot point, here's a dot point, you kind of got to read the whole paragraph, because I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that is, and I skip ahead and then I realize I've missed something. So there is that, but it is like, if you read every word, everything you need to know is there. So yes, and I am excited for this pattern because, like I said, it goes up to a size 16, and so I can keep making this for my kids for a while. I am, having said that, doing the size 10 for my son, and my son is about to turn 7. It gives recommended ease for chest size, and so I measured his chest and he would be size 8, pretty bang on, about to turn 7. But he is growing quickly. So I was like, I'm just going to do the size 10, give him a few extra years to wear it, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see. So I am, very excited. I've already put my, did I already put it on? I thought I did. Did I not? So you know what? I'm pretty sure I thought about putting my stitch marker on and then I didn't. So let's pull that out. I've got day 11 here because this is cast on number 11. I can't believe tomorrow is the last day. So I'm just going to put this on. I put these on for a few reasons. One is I do it because Ange from Yarn and Yarns does it. And this is her knit along, and I saw her doing it and thought that would be fun and nice to keep track. Also because it's just a bit fun to know what you started and in what order. There you go, my little gingerbread man number 11. And it's just, I like throughout the year being like, oh, that's a 12 cast on, I know what that is. But it comes up a few times of what day is it? And so it's just nice to have a little marker there to tell me that this is what I started on day 11 of the 12 cast-ons. My son did see me working on this today, and I said, I'm working on your jumper. He goes, no, you're not. That's not for me. And I said, yeah, you helped pick the colours. And he's like, no, I didn't. And then I showed him the green. He's like, oh, I did. I remember that one. And his birthday's in January. Yeah, his birthday's in a few weeks. So I have like a little low-key thought if I could finish this as a birthday present. So I might come back to this pretty quickly after 12 cast-ons because it's 5mm needles. I think it's like a worsted weight, DK worsted weight yarn, and it's for a kid. So all in all, and it's stockinette, it's striped, but stockinette. So all in all, that's going to knit very quickly, especially since I find stripes knit quicker because you just are like, oh, it's only another row, it's only another row. And then all of a sudden you've knit an entire sweater. So I'm very excited for that. I haven't obviously started the pink or the green yet, not pink or orange yet, but they're here waiting. Yeah, I think that's probably everything. I did teach my daughter how to knit today. She's asked a few times, and I've done it a few times before where I've shown her a couple of times and she's just lost interest. But today she knit a row and a half with me sitting there helping her, guiding needles a little bit here and there, but a row and a half she made it through. I'm very, very proud mum. She bought yarn with her pocket money yesterday, a set of 8 chenille yarns, and so she really wanted to cast them on, so we did. And yeah, I was really proud of how well she did. A whole row and a half. She's 4. She's very young. I'll have to teach her again, but I was pretty happy. Yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you so much for being here. As always, I'd love to hear what you've been working on while you've been watching, or even while you've not been watching. What are you working on at the moment? I have had knitting friend. I've been able to talk knitting a bit more over the last few days, but she is leaving tomorrow morning. So yeah, back to no knitting friends in person. And even when I do have knitting friends in person, but especially when I don't, I really enjoy having the knitting chats with you guys. So thank you. I will see you tomorrow for the last day of 12 cast-ons, day number 12. I have one little lonely gingerbread man here waiting for a project for tomorrow. So, and I have 13 projects left waiting to be chosen. So many projects that I still want to start. But that's all right. We'll do one more tomorrow, and then 12 cast ons will be over, and I am looking forward to jumping back and working with some of these projects again. So I will see you hopefully here tomorrow for day number 12 of cast ons. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you later. Bye.